This is the story of a legend, a whisper that has crawled down the spine of history for more than 2 centuries. They say it began in a small valley by the Hudson River, a place so quiet, even the wind seemed afraid to disturb it. The people called it Sleepy Hollow, and every fall, when the fog rolled low and the leaves burned red, the old-timers would warn travelers to stay away from the woods after dark, because something rides there. The air was cold enough to sting your lungs. Fog coiled through the trees like ghostly fingers, swallowing the path ahead. And from somewhere deep in that darkness came the sound. Slow, thunderous, hooves, and the jingle of a bridle, with no rider in sight. Part 1. The man behind the legend. Before there was a ghost, there was a boy. Abraham Van Brunt, known to his friends as Brom, was born in 1759 in a small Dutch settlement along the Hudson River. Son of a blacksmith, he grew up with the smell of iron, fire, and sweat. While other children played in the fields, Brom worked at the forge. He learned the rhythm of hammer on metal, the heat of the fire, the smell of molten iron. From the earliest days, he was restless, strong, bold, unyielding. At 12, a traveling soldier passed through the village, telling stories of the revolution, of blood, fire, and glory. Brom listened wide-eyed, imagining himself in the chaos. That night, he vowed he would prove himself, not just to his family, but to the world. When the revolution came to New York, Brom was ready. At 18, he enlisted in the Continental Army, brave, fierce, untouchable. They said he laughed as cannonballs tore the earth around him. He rode first into battle, daring death itself. Part 2. The Fall. Tense, slow build. But even the bravest are not invincible. In the autumn of 1779, near the Hudson River, Brom led a unit through thick fog. The British ambushed them. Cannons roared, muskets cracked, and chaos swallowed the valley. A cannonball struck, and in an instant, Brom and his horse were thrown violently to the ground. When the smoke cleared, the battlefield was silent, except for the whinny of his horse. His comrades buried what they could find, marking the grave with his saber. But his head was never recovered. And from that moment, Sleepy Hollow was never the same. Locals whispered that the ground rejected him, that the air grew colder where he fell, that something, a restless spirit, rode through the valley, searching for what was lost. But October 28, 1799, just past midnight, the first written account of the Headless Horseman appeared. A teacher named Jonathan Rains was crossing the old bridge near the churchyard. The fog hung thick. The moon was a thin, pale sliver in the sky. The only sound, the creak of his horse's hooves on the wooden planks. Then he heard it. Hooves. Closer, faster, heavier. And through the mist a figure appeared, a black horse, a rider, in tattered remnants of a soldier's uniform. No head. In his hand, a lantern, glowing like fire through the fog. Rains fled. His horse returned alone, shaking, wild-eyed. All that remained were drag marks leading into the forest, and a lantern, broken, still faintly smelling of sulfur. So call his name. From that night, Sleepy Hollow was never the same. Wind intensifies. distant hooves faintly echoing. Locals swore the headless rider returned every October. The fog grew thicker, the air colder, hooves pounding, always closer. A shadow moving through the mist, lantern in hand, searching for his lost head. Some say he hunts those connected to the cannonball that ended his life. Others say he searches for peace he will never find. Even Washington Irving, in his famous tale, may have only told a fraction of the truth. The ghost is real. The restless spirit of Abraham Van Brunt, the soldier who died without his head, cursed to roam Sleepy Hollow for all eternity. Even today, visitors to Sleepy Hollow report hearing hooves on foggy nights, smelling smoke, smelling iron, glimpsing a dark figure riding past. Always headless, always searching. Those who have seen him say, do not call his name. Do not turn around. Abraham Van Brunt still rides, searching, waiting, hunting, and the valley remembers.